John Cena was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he tweeted out that this was his last late-night show appearance as an active WWE superstar. I wonder if there's a T-shirt for the Jimmy Kimmel show. I am happy he was wearing the suit because I'm really hoping. I think is he doing Bill Simmons' podcast maybe? Did he say he was?
I believe that comes out today.
Okay, let's keep an eye on that to make sure he's not wearing jorts. Because we are really, right now, we are running the possibility that I got the last John Cena jorts interview. And that's what I want that for myself. And I want that I'm not a selfish person, but I'd like to have that for myself. I think that would be great. Is the Bill Simmons interview up yet?
I don't believe so, but I'm double checking.
Okay, yeah, double check for me, because as soon as it goes up, I want to see what's on that guy's legs. It's too important to me right now, because that's wrestling history. The last John Cena jorts interview, it could be mine and Megan's, but also mine. He didn't say what people are reporting he said. People are saying that he said he's going to open Saturday night's main event. He didn't say that at all. He said that his portion of the show would be isolated to him. He said you'll see this and you'll see that. He didn't say you'll see this, then you'll see that. We got to pay attention to words here.
See, I took it as you'll see me first. And
he didn't say first. He never said first. This is me. I'm going to teach a course called Wrestling Media Literacy. Okay? This is where we don't sit there and go, well, clearly Stone Cold's coming back, because they have no idea that we're videoing their Titantron setup during War Games. And it's like of course they know that you are videoing their Titantron setup during War Games. If you know that it's going out there, they know that it's going out there. But no, if you listen again, let's pull that clip up again. If you listen again, you can hear him, because there are reports online that he's saying he's going to open Saturday night's main event. Now, look, I have no idea at what point in the show he's going to go on. I believe that would be a little bit confusing. I believe that could put the NXT exhibition match in a bit of a pickle to close that show, because so many people are going to the show to see John Cena's match. So he's saying rest of the show. So I get where somebody would think, okay, if you're doing it in order, you'll go, okay, here's my match and then the rest of the show. He is talking about looking, I believe, how I am interpreting this, and I am a professor in wrestling media literacy. I interpret this as John Cena is saying, I am looking at a television format, and there is an idea. Yes! John Cena's wearing a suit for his Bill Simmons interview. Yes! I still got the jorts interview. Great work, AJ. Yes! We're killing it right now. And I'm breaking the news that the other breaking news wasn't actually breaking news. We're doing real good work here at Notsam Wrestling. So, and I see Megan Morant liked the John Cena pick. You know why? Because he's not wearing jorts. That's why she's excited about that. I get it. I am too.
Same suit as he was on Kimmel.
On Kimmel, so he must have been on the meet. Plus a beautiful suit.
Yes.
So John has a very good suit collection. I get why he's retiring the jorts. If I had all those suits, I would want to wear suits all the time too. Plus, he looks real good in a suit. What's up?
You think he's not going to do interviews after his final match?
In jorts.
What do you think he's going to be wearing during the match?
Why would he? He's going to get off of a match and then go and do a press tour?
Yeah,
Where's he going to go?
Speak to Peter Rosenberg right after the match.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, he's not going to do interviews after the match. Who does a retirement match and a retirement speech and go, and now
all right, so then
I'm
what
go
if
do interviews?
Who's going to be on the call? Corey Graves, Wade Barrett, one of the two?
What
if Wade Barrett talks to him in the ring after?
That doesn't count.
Are you sure? That's an interview.
No, it's not an interview. It doesn't count. He's giving his speech. No.
I'll bet money that he's in jorts.
How much?
An interview.
How much?
$10.
Oh boy, I don't know. It's too rich for my blood. So anyway, can't afford that kind of scratch. So anyway, the way I read that Kimmel appearance is he's saying that there is an idea that the whole Saturday night's main event show would be based around his retirement. But the reality is that a chunk of the show will be his chunk, and the rest will go to these NXT matches. The rest meaning if you're looking at the show in chunks, here's his chunk, here's the rest of the show. But that doesn't mean chronologically. He didn't say chronologically, first it will be me, then it will be them. He said, you will see me. You will see my retirement match, which is interesting because usually he says you can't see me. But instead he said, you will see me. You will have my match. I will have this moment to say goodbye, but then you will also have this, that, and that. So I think that he is more making the distinction that it's not going to be an entirely John Cena retirement-based show. That it's going to be, part of it is that, and then the rest is this. But there is nothing, especially because John Cena is a very deliberate speaker. You know what I mean? When you hear him talk, he means what he's saying by the words that he is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't look into it and go, well, he kind of said, it implies like, no, John Cena is a very direct guy, and he will answer your question. He's a thoughtful, direct person. And so I really think that this is not a true thing. Now, look, could he open Saturday night's main event? I suppose. Anything could happen. It's possible. It's probably not the way I would do it. I wouldn't think so. Even if you're trying to give everybody else the rub, it's like they're more likely to tune in at the beginning of the show and stay tuned in until your match than they are if they're just tuning in for your match. There's a strong likelihood that a large percentage of the audience who truly just want to see the John Cena match will turn the show on at the beginning of the show and watch the entire show. I think at the same time, those people who truly just want to see the John Cena match, if the John Cena match goes on first, do then have the option of turning the show off. So if you're trying to get eyeballs on the younger guys, I would think that the move would be to have them on before you, because people will watch in anticipation for that match. But but that's not to say that this is breaking news either. I don't think that I don't think he was saying what some are saying that he was saying. But I could see where the implications there, right? I could see where it was interpreted that way, but that's not how I see it at all. As a matter of fact, I think if John Cena were going so far as to announce what the match order of Saturday night's main event is, he would declaratively say, I will be opening the show. You know what I mean? Like if that was, like for NXT Deadline, Ricky Saints and Obafemi are opening the show. This was a big thing that happened on Tuesday on NXT. So when it's discussed, it's like specifically said, and by the way, for the first time in history, there's a big deal. This match is going to open the show. If you're putting on John Cena first, it's because, for whatever reason, you want people turning that show on immediately when the show starts. So I think, and maybe they will, next week or something, I would think that you would specifically say, this is going to start the show, be there at start time, whether it's 7 or 8, I don't know. But no, I think on December 13th, I still think that Cena will headline the show with either Gunther or LA Knight. And I think it's just, because I think probably the original idea was to do a full-on tribute show. To do like the whole night's going to be about interviews about Cena, maybe matches between some of Cena's greatest opponents that are dedicated to Cena, all of that. And I think it was Cena's call that he goes, no, I want to get I want to get some of these NXT guys on. I want to do for them what Kurt Angle did for me. Which I think, again, like, you see a lot of these kind of, in my opinion, bad faith takes where they're talking about passing the torch, putting young guys over. How can you do, Gunther's this age, LA Knight's that age, in between. And it's like, bro, he literally just gave Dominic Mysterio the rub at Survivor Series. He just gave Dominic Mysterio a victory at Survivor Series. He's also putting all of these NXT guys on his show. He also went out of his way to do the promos for NXT, where he's the one deciding who's in the Iron Survivor Challenge match. Like, clearly on the way out, he's going out of his way to spread as much love as he can across as many people as he can. So we'll see. I saw his dad his dad does not want Gunther to be the final opponent. Did you see that? That John Cena's dad is doing podcasts? He's like Rikishi.
John Cena Sr.?
Yeah, John Cena Sr. jumped on the podcast, and he said he doesn't think it should be Gunther. Which, I love it because I think when stuff like that happens, I start thinking about, like, if my dad was jumping on podcasts to give his opinion on the stuff I was doing. Like, I like in my head, I want to believe that, like, Jey Uso or John Cena or whoever is calling up home going, Dad, would you stop doing these podcasts already? I know. But, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if it's Gunther or LA Knight, but I do still think it will headline the show. Let's go to Scott in New Jersey. What's up, Scott?
How you doing, Sam?
Good.
Love the show. Love the morning show. I spend more time with you than I do my wife.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, not really. Anyway, do you think this is the year that they induct John Cena into the Hall of Fame? And if so, will they make the announcement on Saturday night's main event? And do you think it would be absolutely fantastic if Kurt Angle shows up and makes that announcement?
Wow, that's a lot to digest there. I think there's a good chance that John Cena goes into the Hall of Fame this year. I don't think that I think there's a good chance that does happen. And I think announcing it at Saturday night's main event would not be crazy. It would help, I would think, sell tickets for WrestleMania, sell tickets to the Hall of Fame. They've already announced Stephanie McMahon's going in. I think that would be good. Do I think Kurt Angle should make the announcement? I don't know. I mean, it would depend on who has truly made an impact to John Cena. I think that becomes a very personal announcement. And I don't even know if you do it at Saturday night's main event or you wait until you have another moment with John Cena just because it's going to be such an emotional thing, his last match and everything. But I do think that it matters who lets him know that. And I do think then we'll have a whole separate conversation about who inducts John Cena into the Hall of Fame, which is going to be a lot of fun because there's going to be a huge gap in wrestling conversation without John Cena coming back. So instead of saying who's going to get the last match, we'll say who's going to induct him into the Hall of Fame. That'd be a good time.